guys, Principles of Hunting here, Aaron Miller, and it is January 11th. I'm getting ready to head out for my probably my last day of hunting here in Missouri. It is, like I said, the last week of hunting season, January 11th. It ends Friday, and I have a couple of game duties and things going on this week that will not allow me to get out and hunt probably the rest of this week. So I want to take this advantage, and I'm going to do a midday hunt. I'm actually heading out. It's about 9:30, 9 o'clock. I'm going to get set up and probably hunt for a couple hours over that 10, 11, 12 o'clock hour. And then I'm going to head home, and I've got game duty tonight. So hopefully see something today. I'm heading to my horseshoe plot. My horseshoe plot, I've only been on it about 2 times this year, I think. And had some does the first time, did not see anything the second time. I know that there's been some deer taken out of that area. I know a buddy of mine that has hunted actually very close to that food plot area, and he did shoot a doe and saw quite a few deer in that area. So I'm hoping that maybe there'll be a pass through this afternoon. There's a little bit of green left in there, but not much. So I'm hoping that maybe if something will show up. It's not been a real hunted area, so I'm hoping maybe it won't be high pressure. Hopefully be able to give you something today. My last video was uploaded a little bit late. It is our New Year's Day hunt that I did with my buddy Benjamin. We did see some deer, we just couldn't get a shot. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying the content. Stay tuned, and hopefully I'll be able to bring you a decent hunt today. Hey guys, I'm heading into the stand. It's about 10 o'clock, and I'm heading into my horseshoe plot. I'm gonna skirt around the backside. The wind's kind of soft today, and it's blowing out of the northwest. So I'm gonna sit on the southeast side of my corner or of my horseshoe plot and hopefully get a chance at some deer. It's not been a very successful season, but it's cold today. There's a little bit of green left in my plot, hopefully. And we're back in the woods, so stay tuned and let's see what happens. I'm gonna go get set up, and then I'll get back to you guys. Hey guys, it's about 10:30. I'm up in the tree stand. I'm set up. I'm in my saddle. As you guys can see, I'm sitting up here on my plot, just right over my shoulder here. The wind's kind of in my face, so the wind's actually blowing across this way, away from the plot. I'm set up right now. This will be my last hunt probably of this year. I'm set up so that I can look over the plot. I've got a couple of shooting lanes at about 20, 25, and 30 yards. There's a little bit of ryegrass left in here, or winter rye that I put in here. I can see it from up here, but it's not very big. It's not very thick, so I'm not expecting a whole lot today. I'm hoping that maybe I'll catch something passing through. I've had a couple bucks on camera in here during the day, so maybe I'll get lucky. At about 1 o'clock today, I'm going to pull my camera. I'm going to go back home for the season, hopefully post one more video, my New Year's Day hunt and this one. And then I'm going to start getting ready to do some scouting videos for you guys, as well as some future food plotting plans. Right now, what I'm hoping is that there's some big cedars and pine trees up over this hill, about 150 yards. What I'm hoping is they'll come down and through here with the wind coming across their nose. There's some trails that come in and out off to my left over here, and that's what I'm hoping they'll do. With that being said, I've also seen them on camera coming directly over my shoulder down this hill, so I could get in trouble if they come that way. They may wind me, but we'll wait and see. Guys, it's about 11:45 and not had any movement yet. Earlier this morning, I thought I heard a deer blow up over the hill. That is somewhat in the direction that my wind is blowing, but it's not in the area that I thought they would be bedding. It's actually over on the neighbor's property. So, nothing so far. I'm gonna give it about another 30 or 45 minutes. About 12:30, I'm gonna start breaking down and pull my camera, get it back, make sure everything's good with the camera, and then probably about March, put my cameras back out when I start working on the food plots and see what happens. I was hoping for something today, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen unless something shows up randomly here in the next 30 minutes. With that being said, it's been a good season. I've enjoyed it. I've had a good time. Learned a lot of new things with my saddle system. Had a couple of good sits where I thought I did a pretty good job of anticipating deer movement and getting to where I needed to be. Just didn't have a chance. So in case something doesn't happen in the next 30 minutes, hopefully next deer season will have a better luck for me. So we'll see what happens. Well guys, no luck today. I'm just gonna take a quick walk around my food plot. I grabbed my camera and I'm looking down here at the food plot, and this trail and then the main area. I'm gonna take some pictures here in a minute. Let you see that there is still a few little brassicas growing in here, some winter rye growing in here, but not much. And the predominant reason for that is there's a lot of deer in here. Some of the videos and things that I've showed you guys this year had up to 8 or 9 does in that little plot that I was just sitting over at one time. And I've got several areas in here that are just trails that used to be driving trails for the owner. And I'd really like to open these up a little bit and make these into a little bit more of a hunting area. And so what I'm going to show you guys here in just a minute is there are signs on this trail that I'm walking right now, such as some buck rubs. And then there's actually a licking branch right here I'm about to walk past, and they have torn up the ground. I'll show you some of that here in just a little bit. So they are still using this area. And my goal would be to use this natural driving area and thick cover that you see along the edges here on both sides. It's just thick cover all over in here. And the deer use it. I know that a buddy of mine killed a doe out on the pasture. I also know that he shot another doe further up in here. And as I'm walking down this trail, my goal this year is to do a little bit more work on this particular plot. As you can see behind me, it opens up into several little areas. And my goal would be to start to make this into something more like a long bow type of a hunting area. So I'm going to take a few pictures while I'm in here. I'm going to take a little bit more video. I did not get what I wanted this year when it came to hunting. Unfortunately, it was more of a hit or miss for me to get out and to get hunting. And when I didn't always end up with the best opportunities. And so not a lot of success for me this year. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple videos at the end of this. I'm going to show you guys maybe just a little bit of what's on my mind for this plot in the future this summer. And hopefully give you guys some things to look forward to as I get out to do some scouting this January. So, but I've got a licking branch. Sorry, I can't even talk, it's so cold. Got a licking branch hanging on this trail, and I've had it hanging here since about midsummer when I started this. This is where I started my scouting, trying to figure out whether deer actually came through here or not, because there was a pretty worn down trail that some people used for horseback riding, and then of course obviously the owner several years ago used to use this for driving. And as you can see here on the ground, there's definitely some use on this. I've not refreshed this scrape at all since pretty much the beginning. I've just got a licking branch hanging off of a tree up here, and they seem to have basically worn this spot out enough to show that they're using it. And then as you kind of work your way around this area, there's just some small buck sign on a couple little trees around here if you come around the corner. I've got some sign here on this tree, and I had some older rubs along the trail on the other side of my food plot. I just don't have a lot of green on it yet because the deer pretty well took care of that for me. Rabbit just about scared the crap out of me. But as you guys can see here on the ground, there is some green, there is some little brassicas growing. It just never took off real thick in here, so this horseshoe plot just makes a circle around the edge. I'm not going to clean out this middle section too much, just because I think they kind of use it for cover. I am going to trim out a few of these scrubby trees so I can actually kind of see through them. There looks to be some good travel corridors down through here. Looks like there's some movement through these spots right here, so I'm going to be looking. This tree right here is actually one that I had pegged for hanging my saddle in, so I may still use that next year once I get it cleaned out a little bit better. But I look to expand this open up a little bit right here in front. I'm going to open that up, clean out some of these little scrubby trees all the way around, and try to make this a little bit more of a food plot by coming in sometime this summer and actually tilling in whatever growth I've got from some cross-seeded clover. But hunting wise, I was right up in that tree just to the left of those cedars and just back behind there a little bit. And where I'm standing right now, I'm about 35 to 40 yards away from that tree. So a lot of good things in this plot I'm hoping to be able to bring you in the future. So even though the beginning of this video was my hunting, rather unsuccessfully, I hope to be able to share with you guys over the summer what I'm going to do with these plots, and hopefully be able to share with you some success on them. Call 2020-21 bow hunting a wrap. So stay tuned to the channel, guys. Hit subscribe and like if you want to see kind of what it's like for me as a novice to get through this and to get things set up. Hit my channel subscribe button down below, and the bell notification, and stay tuned to the things that I've got going on this summer. So hope you guys had a better bow season than I did. Hope you guys had more success than I did. But I hope that most of all, you guys are out and enjoying what God has created for us, that we are out here enjoying nature. And I did get to do that this year with my son and my daughter. And maybe next year I'll actually get a little bit of a harvest on film for you guys.